Here's a man who has been at the eye of the storm ever since his raids at Mumbai's nightclubs. Today, those demanding his resignation have come out with more evidence. They say there is a new videotape which has come out which shows his strong-arm tactics, that he's a moral policeman in a policeman's uniform. Fresh footage has emerged today of a March 30th midnight raid on foreign tourists. And the debate has reignited. Is this ACP in the Mumbai Social Service Police branch going just too far, or is he simply following the law?
What have we done? We just came here because it was written in our travel guide.
We have go to police station.
Why? Just tell us why. Only the reason. We just want to know the reason. Why should we go?
The night of 30th March. 8 women being rounded up from a pub in downtown Mumbai on allegations of prostitution. Their pleas after the sudden raid falling on deaf ears.
What's the problem?
Come on.
What is the problem? We haven't done anything. Just tell us the reason. You just tell us the reason, okay? What's the reason? What have we done?
Nothing. You just come.
Yeah, but why? Why?
We'll record the statement.
Why? What have we done? Please, just tell us the reason.
I want to go to my bed. I have nothing to do with this. I just want to go home.
The man behind this raid, ACP Vasant Dhoble.
The video prima facie shows that these girls are not sex workers, right? So these girls are crying, they're asking for what they've done wrong. This video also shows there's a male police officer touching the girl. It shows very clearly, which is clearly against the rule. And these girls have said that they have only come to this bar because it's listed on the travel guide.
It's this incident, whose video has now emerged, that's triggered the debate. Is Dhoble crossing the law or simply implementing it? While the foreigners claiming they were just tourists have alleged harassment by Dhoble, the man who's at the center of the storm is also being recognized for his work. Like in this case, in which he and his team rescued 17 child laborers from a bar in the city.
यूपी, बिहार और नेपाल से भी यहाँ लाया गया है और फोर्सिबली इनसे काम करवाया जा रहा है.
The youth of Mumbai are up in arms against ACP Vasant Dhoble, claiming he's crossed all limits and is trying to impose archaic laws. But Dhoble has the backing of his chief minister and his police commissioner, as well as many other citizens, for taking on the dark underbelly of Mumbai. Quite clearly, opinion is divided right down the middle, and the debate over this man continues. With Megha Prasad, Rupali Mehra for Times Now.
On the news hour tonight, Mumbai's Dhoble debate polarizes the nation. Are law enforcers turning model brigade, or are the lawbreakers complaining too much?
This Friday evening, we have a big panel on this one. Rightfully so, because the points of view are equally polarized, and we will ensure that all sides are on the debate. First, from our outside locations tonight, Tehseen Poonawalla. He's the man who circulated that footage. There's a big namaskar from Tehseen right on top of News Hour tonight. Be careful, Dhoble may catch you, Tehseen. Also on News Hour tonight is Rahul Ishwar, social activist, a representative of the Sabarimala Trust. He's joining us from Chennai. Thank you, Rahul. But tonight is an independent citizen. He's going to take on the other side. In our panel tonight, right from the other side, I have Rahul Narvekar, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, to my extreme left. To his right is Ganesh Sawani, his counsel for the victims, Mumbai lawyer. To his right is Michael Ferreira. Michael Ferreira is taking an anti-Dhoble position. Also taking an anti-Dhoble position, since the whole world nowadays is divided into pro-Dhoble and anti-Dhoble camps. Seriously. Yeah, Mayank Shekhar is anti-Dhoble, and Shaina NC, besides being many other things, is pro-Dhoble. I take no position on this. And to my right is Ashok Pandit, who's pro-Dhoble. And to his right, just be a little careful, is Shailendra Singh, who's anti-Dhoble. I'm glad we're having a laugh about this, because let me tell you one thing. When those debates happen, when those street marches happen, and when you see the editorials in the papers nowadays, it's not funny anymore, is it, Mayank? It's not funny anymore. So what is the real problem that you have against a man who says, essentially, I'm a good law enforcer? I have the Bombay Police Commissioner's backing. What is it that I'm doing wrong?
Right.
I'm removing immorality. I'm a one-man army against it.
Right. Well, I don't have a particular issue with Mr. Dhoble. I have an issue with, because he's really a mask. You know, the city has had
a mask.
A mask. You know, he's a front, he's a face. The city has had an issue with the most illiberal, moralistic Home Minister Maharashtra has ever seen, and that's R.R. Patil. And you know, since he's been around, there's been a crackdown, almost a witch hunt, year after year. There's nothing new.
For our viewers tonight who are from outside Mumbai, he's the minister who removed the dance bars of Mumbai.
Absolutely. In 2005, he shut down about 3,000 dance bars without giving any reason why. Right? So there was no public debate. There was nothing. They were all shut down. Now somebody needs to tell us whether that led to, you know, lessening of crime. Did the crime rate come down? No, nothing. So, you know, if you're going to take, you know, there are two Indias. Yeah. Right? Culturally, there are two Indias.
No, I take your point.
Yeah. And for instance.
Where's the cultural argument? It's a law argument.
No, it's a cultural thing. The same law existed in 2001. The same law existed in 2003, 2004.
So the law was not implemented earlier. Sorry. But
yeah. So the way the law is being implemented is almost like a witch hunt. You're going after people who are probably just getting a drink, and social drinking, for instance, is a cultural thing.
No, why are you see, on the other side is an argument that you're demonizing someone simply because he's doing his job of implementing the law. Shaina and Sif thinks so.
I have a few points to make. First and foremost,
no, I want you to respond to what he has said there.
I have no problem with anyone going out to have a drink, to enjoy themselves. I'm not trying to be holier than thou. All of us go to pubs, nightclubs, etc. The problem here is understand what Mr. Dhoble's job is. He is in charge of the social service branch. If you see today's newspaper, he's rescued 19 children, 19 minors who've been working in hotels and restaurants who should be rescued. Look at the good work he's doing. You're seeing this footage on television. Who's to tell if it's doctored, where it's from?
No, are you saying that this is collateral damage?
I'm not.
No, is your argument? No, 1 second, Shaina. Is your argument that no, 1 second? But you must let me ask you. Because, you know, I'm sorry, but are you saying this is collateral damage? We will rescue, we will do some good work, and in the process we'll also do a lot of
look at the amount of look at the amount of rave parties where he has found people who are actually consuming drugs. Look at the amount of places where he's found joints where there's fixing, prostitution. In a city like Mumbai, aren't you worried as a parent, as a normal Mumbaikar, about what is happening? Here is the one honest cop who has a track record. Who has a track record that precedes him, who has a credibility behind him, and we're not giving him a fair chance.
One second. I think, to be fair, we should go to our panelists outside and then come back. I want to go to Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen, give the man a chance. Look at the good work he's done. What is this news article that you've got? For example, tonight on Newsa, she's got a news article with her in today's newspaper. 19 children rescued from bakeries and hotels in Govandi. You won't see that. You won't see. Because you are making him out to be a one-man villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
you want to put the fear of God in any police officer who wants to honestly do his job. Right?
Arnab, if Mr. Dhoble is doing a good job, kudos to him. My simple question is, just because you do a lot of good does not justify you to do some amount of bad. There are two videos that are on air. One is the juice center, one is this. Now, if you look at this video, these girls clearly they don't come across as sex workers. They are pleading, they have a right to know why they're being taken to the police station. If you look at the Amar Juice Center video, where Mr. Dhoble enters with a hockey stick, there is an infant, there's a mother with an infant in her arms, and Dhoble enters with a hockey stick while one of his police officers beating another person up. What if there was a fire? What if there was a stampede? Some amount of good does not justify some amount of bad. This is not math, this is real life. Human rights violations must be taken very, very seriously.
Tehseen, this man has been doing this for some time, right? He's been doing this for some time. It's only now when he's targeting sort of, expensive areas, elitist areas.
There's an objection.
Now that the entire society in Mumbai is turned up again. Ashok Pandit wants to rebut you. Ashok, go ahead. One second, Tehseen, you're the other side tonight. This is not a Mumbai argument. This is not about one police officer doing
1 minute to answer that.
This is about whether we as a country are open to law enforcers getting tough. That's the argument being put on this side. What's it? Coming back to you, I know you raised your hand. Ashok Pandit wants to rebut you.
Ashok. The visual which you are showing about that Amar Juice Center, I as a citizen of Mumbai, I'm a victim of that juice center from last 10 years. No. The entire resident, he is mentioning, I'll explain it.
No, explain this to viewers outside Mumbai.
I'll explain.
Yeah.
I'll explain.
What is it?
We, the citizens and the residents of the entire area, are fighting this menace, a symbol of lawlessness in the area from last 10 years.
I don't know about it.
I'll tell you. This man had created an anarchy in the area by covering half the road, by covering the entire footpath, operating till 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
What operating, doing what?
Running the juice center. He doesn't have any license. One sec. Mike, let me finish.
One sec. Can I ask you a question? You're getting very agitated. What is wrong with offering people juice at 2 o'clock?
No. There's a license till 1:30. He's supposed to be operating till 1:30. And he has a, one sec, Poonawalla. He has a license to operate a juice center. He doesn't have a license to cook there. He is running a restaurant there. It is not a juice center. And he's operating till 4 o'clock in the morning.
How is that?
Our robberies have gone over. He's burgled in our area because that has become an office.
Ashok, can we just go beyond a very local point? What is the moral turpitude that is caused in the process?
I'll tell you. What is morally wrong? Area because it is operating till 4 o'clock in the morning. The restaurant is operating till 4 o'clock in the morning. All the kinds of people who are burgling there, robbing there, chain snatching there, they have an office there. And the law, no, it's not a juice. It's a law which says that you have to close down at 1:30. You cannot operate till 4 o'clock. It's a law. It's a law. You cannot operate till 4 o'clock.
One second, Ashok Pandit, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. Let's calm down here.
Mr. Pandit does not let people speak.
1 second, I'll come to you, Tehseen. Shailendra.
My point is, first of all, it's quite sad that we all being citizens of India, today we have two sides. This is not the India Park debate that happened last night, for God's sake. And what Ashok has got a valid point, but this is a moral, social, FSI, and all these are different issues altogether. I mean, 90% of Mumbai has got an FSI issue. Now, coming back to the real issue, first of all, Mr. Doble is a great cop. I mean, he's going out there and doing his job. I think in order of priority, Mr. Doble should be used for far more serious causes.
Really?
Which is terrorism, corruption. So he's a successful cop. No, China, have patience. No, for once, we are a country of billion people. Think like billion, not like a million. For God's sake, don't say divided on this cause. Say united on this cause. I'm saying. Now, 1 second, please, Shailendra. Let me clarify.
Are you trying to play safe?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make a point. Shana, wait 1 second. Let me make a point. Now the fact that Mr. Doble is a fantastic cop is established. He's following the law. So compliments to him. It's his birthday tomorrow. That's all, celebrate. Yeah, it's his birthday. Yeah, it's his birthday. Let's celebrate tonight in a nightclub maybe. But having said that, so let's use him for the right. Second thing, in Mumbai Times, your newspaper, the group, he said something very interesting in his first raid. He said, I want to stop all this partying, clubbing, etc. because I want children, young people to spend their time with their family at home, watch TV, have dinner, or go to coffee shops and have milkshakes. Now, this is moral policing. This is moral policing. No, what I'm trying to say is, if we follow the law, one of the newspapers carried the law. Shaina, me, all of us cannot have more than 2 liquor bottles in a house. We're not supposed to drink more than 2 drinks in a night. That's the law.
No,
now hold on. No, 1 minute. That's not his fault. I am saying Mr. Doble is a good cop. But hold on. What is he doing to the nation? This is the entertainment capital. There's Mumbai. There's London. There's Shanghai. There are different parts. Are you trying to kill tourism? Are you trying to kill the next generation?
Tourism at what
600. No, 1 minute.
Tourism. The point is, can I ask you tonight?
Sure.
Let's take a straw poll among parents across the country.
I think we should do that.
1 second. Let me complete.
Why parents? 600 million people are below 25 years of age. Talk to them.
44 people.
Talk to them.
Out of 46 in
Why parents?
44 people tested positive out of 46 people and a
How they heard you, Ashok?
What?
600 million people are below the age of 25. Talk to them, man.
No, because before the tests had come out, you people started demonizing him. When the test came out, when the tests were positive.
Mr. Doble,
no, 1 minute. Can we calm down, please?
Should have a press conference on behalf of the CM and tell us how to live our lives. This is fair. We will follow the law. We want to follow the law.
Mr. CM does not report to Mr. Doble. Mr. Doble reports to Mr. CM.
That's what I'm saying. So let's follow the law. So we're happy to follow the law.
In the bargain, getting behind Mr. Doble, we are missing the point. We need to get behind the system. We need to get behind the government.
Correct.
He is only implementing the laws which are in place. You are following Indian Penal Code, 1908. You are following Indian Evidence Act 1872. You are following Bombay Police Act 1954.
Right.
Will you amend these laws?
Right.
Get them to speed.
Completely agree with you.
Get the act together.
Completely agree with
you. If you get them in order, you won't have a Mr. Doble to blame.
Totally
look at the unwarranted, unrestricted rights that the police department has today. That may be for the good or for the worse. But who's going to decide that? That's going to be decided by the system, by the legislatures who are sitting in the assembly. Unfortunately, they need to correct this system.
Can I just 1 second for our viewers across and outside Mumbai today? I'm just making a point here tonight, just briefly. Who are we talking about? I just want to give a broad reference so that our viewers on News have a reference point. You see. There is a policeman in Mumbai. I'll try and make it very simple. You're watching this in Guwahati or Kanyakumari, you'll be able to understand. There is a policeman in Mumbai. His name is Doble. I think he's in his late 50s.
58.
Now, over the last few weeks and months, there have been big debates about this particular person, and there have also been several raids on rave parties where allegedly drugs have been used and drugs are peddled.
It's demonizing it, and that's the problem.
And so are guns.
What are these drugs?
And so are bombs.
Consuming drugs is so normal.
One second, please. You see,
we need to exist in an environment.
You see, 1 second. The question is that does the government... Can I be allowed to complete?
Yes, please.
There is this man who says, I will implement the law. The law has bar timings. The law requires alcohol permits. The law, according to the law, only this number of people can be in a restaurant. According to the law, you can play music only of these many numbers of decibels. According to the law, this is obscene and this is not obscene. According to the law, you need to follow the law. Now, you don't change the law. A large number of people in Mumbai have today turned out and are on the streets against the police officer saying, remove this man. There is an entire campaign here saying, go back Doble, almost sounds like go back Simon. 1 second. The question therefore goes outside Mumbai. The question is national today. Who is at fault? Is the law at fault? Is the law enforcer at fault? Or are some people like Mayank Shekhar, and Shailendra Singh complaining too much about a man who simply, are they demonizing a person who's simply implementing the law? That's the question.
He's doing his job and we appreciate it. But we are the United States of India, for God's sake. Bangalore, you can't dance in a bar. Mumbai, you can dance in a bar. Delhi, you can't do this. For God's sake, get this sorted out.
But any duty-abiding officer will have to do that. If you don't want that to happen, you change the law.
I agree with you.
Get people in the parliament and assembly to understand to change it.
I totally agree with you.
One second. Can I get in at this point of time to get a national perspective? I want to go to Rahul Ishwar, who's listening on in Tiruvananthapuram. And Rahul, many of these subjects, basically what are we debating? What we are saying is there is an argument at moral vigilantism. Do you think this is moral vigilantism that is going on? Rahul Ishwar, Tehseen, coming to you right after that. Yes.
Thank you. Arnabji, 3 points. One, the philosophical moral argument is the debate between individual freedom and collective norms, or personal freedom versus social choices. ACP Vinod Doble, I believe, he's now known all around India, and I believe he's raising some questions. And I'm surprised that some panelists are speaking on behalf of youth. I am under 30. I am a pro-Doble person. I have seen his campaigns, have seen his raids. I'm a person who says policing is important. The word moral policing might be a demonizing term, but some kind of ethical consciousness is needed. That's a reality. In the name of freedom, can you promote drug parties or rave parties? In the name of freedom or in the name of tourism, can you promote sex tourism? India is a land which is having some set of ethics and culture. I'm not saying it is a perfect land. I'm not saying it is a divine land or something, but we are having some set of ethics and norms. We are not like some other land, I would not like to name that country, who is promoting sex tourism or who is promoting drugs for their parties. We have some culture, some ethics and values should be protected. It should
How do you define freedom?
Not be by thrusting down the law, but it should be
How do you define freedom, Tehseen? Tehseen, in the name of freedom, can you have drug parties? Can you have rave parties?
No.
No, 1 second, please. In the name of what defines, can freedom go beyond the confines of the law?
In freedom, we can have corruption, we can have terrorism.
Can a person then... No, 1 second. Because there's corruption and terrorism does not mean that you can have... everybody knows that in India, drugs are illegal. We know that drug money funds terrorism, and hence there is a certain argument that if you're talking about terrorism, you obviously know, Shailendra, drug money also funds terrorism. You can use that argument. Tehseen, I want you to come in on this.
Yes.
The point that...
Arnab, give me 2 minutes because...
Yeah, go ahead.
2 minutes.
Go ahead.
I want to first, let's remove this being with Mumbai versus outside Mumbai argument. Now, the most important point is my petition with the National Human Rights Commission is for Amar Juice Center. This is a juice bar that serves vegetarian snacks. The question of culture does not arise. I can argue with Rahul on Indian culture. I am mastering in Indian mythology. I can argue on Indian culture. I don't want to deviate there. It's a legal argument.
And I'm ready for it.
ACP Doble enters there with a hockey stick. Please let me finish. Enters there with a hockey stick, beating whoever comes in his way for a traffic violation. If Mr. Ashok Pandit believes that Amar Juice Center is violating his right, his peace in his area where he resides, he can go to court, he can shut it down. You cannot beat people with hockey sticks. I've seen the footage at least 100 times. As soon as Doble enters the restaurant, there's a woman with an infant in her hand. What if there was a stampede? What if there was a fire? They are innocent people. What if Mr. Ashok Pandit and Mr. Rahul's mother and wife were sitting there and there was some sort of a stampede? Now, Arnab, give me 1 more minute. Even with the question of women and morality, I have been on chat shows where the Commissioner of Police Mumbai has been there and he's spoken about women's dressing, which I believe Shaina is a fashion designer. Nobody has the right to comment on women's dressing. The Commissioner of Police on another show has said these young children use condoms. This is clearly becoming a debate between rich and poor, which is very, very unfortunate and should not be happening. I was on the debate when the Commissioner Shaina was on the debate as well. Maybe the girls were wearing Shaina's clothes, maybe they were wearing another designer's clothes. You cannot bandish women prostitutes or sex workers based on what they're wearing, and there is a law, there is a moral and a legal law which needs to be upheld.
We say that, for example,
of ACP Doble, and the Commissioner must explain why he's protecting
ACP Doble, who
certainly does not have a clean record, as the media says.
So we saw some pictures earlier, we'll play that footage. Good point, Tessin. We saw 7 women, I'm told of German origin, I don't know, or East European origin. You know, they were simply being taken away and they're asking what wrong have we done. One sec. Tessin shared that footage, right? Tessin can explain to us. So now those women are asking what wrong have we done? Yes. We are not, they're saying we are not prostitutes. No, 1 second please. May I please make a point here?
No.
Let Tessin make his, what was in that footage, Tessin, and then I will debate that. Yes, Tessin.
Right. Arnab, I'm going to give you both sides of it. Let's assume these girls are sex workers. Let's begin with the assumption they are sex workers. Even then they have human rights. The police should have informed the media outside and asked them to cover their face. Now, if you watch the footage, the police, ACP Doble is telling these alleged sex workers to get into the bus because he only wants to take their statement. Why is he lying to them on camera?
What's wrong with
Let's assume then they are not sex workers, in which case you cannot take under the CRPC, you cannot take women to the police station.
I'll play that, gentlemen. 1 second. Let me play the footage. Let me play the footage. Can I please play the footage? Can I please, with your permission, can I play 20 seconds of the footage? It's on air.
Come on, get in. Come on, get in. No, what have we done? We just came here because it was written in our travel guide.
We go to police station. Come on, get in.
Why? Just tell us why. Only the reason. We just want to know the reason. Why should we go?
We told you reason. Please come on.
Why?
Please cooperate.
We haven't done anything.
We told you. Please
we just came here because it was written in our travel guide. Yeah. What's the deal? What's the problem?
Please cooperate.
It's just us.
Come.
We haven't done anything. Why you have to go inside? Just explain us the problem. What's the problem? No. What's the problem?
Come on.
What is the problem? If you haven't done anything, just tell us the reason.
Look at that.
Just tell us the reason. Okay, what's the reason? What have we done?
You should play the footage. Now, Ganesh Sovani wants to come in. I'm making a point here today that Doble's accusations of prostitution and loose morals which have been directed at women, it can also have exposed an underlying layer of misogyny and a belief that women are meek, easily influenced, unable to make their own decisions, should behave in a certain way, dress in a certain way, speak in a certain way, certainly not drink, certainly not be seen in bars. And if you're seen in bars late at night, and particularly, I mean, if you are then on top of it, if you are not Indian, then there is, you'll be taken to a police station. 1 second. Who's operating outside?
There's a law in UAE. If you're with a woman in the evening at a certain point of time, I don't know whether I'm really right. If the woman is not your mother, sister, or your wife,
Tessin wants to make a point. What's Tessin? What was
I have to go. Let's quickly answer this.
Yeah.
Arnab, can I quickly get a word in? I have to go.
Yeah, go on.
Assume these women are clearly, you can make out sex workers from not sex workers. These women are pleading. They are saying,
how can you make out? How can you make out on the face level? Was it written? Was it written?
Sit on the trap. Please let me get a word.
On the face that they are not sex workers. Just because they are foreigners, they cannot be wrong. Just because they are foreigners, let them go to court. The law will take its own course. The law will take its own course. Police is doing a job, taking them, finding out whether they are sex workers or not. You sitting in the studio and Pune cannot decide whether they were sex workers or not.
Listen, no, I'm not deciding. No. No, I'm not deciding. They were let off. They were let off. Please ask the reporters. They were let off. In which case their reputation has been tarnished.
Outside the airport, it's the job of the police.
Sorry?
If Shah Rukh Khan can be count on the airport,
has made a statement that they charge 10,000 rupees per night.
And when it's a hypocritic society.
I need a word.
If police doesn't work, you say police doesn't work. If police works, you say police violates. What kind of hypocrisy is this?
I'm coming back to you. Stay with me a minute, Tehseen. Stay with me a minute. Stay with me a minute. I want to get Ganesh Sovani in. Stay with me a minute. Debate's getting interesting, Tehseen. Ganesh Sovani, please. Ganesh Sovani is responding to you, Tehseen. Listen to him.
I want to make a very important point over here. Is that all those footages which we have seen of Doble's raids, whether at bar or juice center or all that matter, I have not seen any even single female constable or any single female police officer accompanied with him. And I really wonder whether in that particular special squad which the Mumbai CP has created, whether any female constables or officers are drafted into it. Number one, very important thing. Some of the hotels which I am representing from the zone 11, that is Vasai.
No, one second. So what you see, are you saying the problem is not what he's doing, but the way in which he's doing it?
In which he's trying to implement the law is extremely objectionable. His passion for the hockey stick is not new. His passion goes back to 1983 when he was at DA Nagar police station when Shakila Ghafar's husband was mercifully beaten, and mercilessly beaten rather, and he succumbed to death, and finally the matter went up to the Supreme Court. So the manner in which the laws are being implemented by him is extremely objectionable. Media has dubbed him as a moral policing. I will go to the extent of calling it as a social fumigation, what all that he is doing, you see. He is going on a social fumigation agenda, and the manner why are citizens taking the easy way out?
What is the easy way out?
The point is, if you are aggrieved by an action of a police officer, you can file an FIR against that police officer also. Yes. You take recourse to that. Why do you want to come debate about it? Why can't you do that?
The courts have supported him. The courts have supported him. Sir, I as a citizen want to ask one thing. We are not talking about the illegalities committed by all these restaurants and bars by throwing out whiskey bottles and beer bottles and condoms outside on the road. We are not talking about that. We are not talking about human rights violation of a police officer. We are talking about human rights violation of a victim.
Is a great cop. The problem is in the law.
Can we hear Michael Ferreira, please? Just because Michael Ferreira is not in the studio with a hockey stick doesn't mean that you don't let him into the debate. Is this moral vigilantism, Mr. Ferreira?
Arnab, look, to the extent that he's doing his job, no problem. I have only an issue with the way he's doing it. If he's going to be high-handed, the typical high-handed police officer, it's not on. And the convenient assumption that if you're white, if you're wearing Western clothes, maybe a short skirt, you are of loose character, that is absurd.
Who said that?
No, but
never said that.
No, 1 minute, let me finish. Number 3, we are stuck in the Victorian era of where laws were made relevant to the times. The whole social attitudes have changed. He's doing his job, great, but he's got to do it with a touch of humanity. You can't go around with a hockey stick. What sort of nonsense is this? Is he a caveman? Ready to lash out at whoever's supposedly transgressing the law?
Sir, I have a question, Michael.
Yes, please.
I have a question.
Please.
Whatever reasons, whatever ways you
No, don't get me wrong.
No.
If he's upholding the law, no problem. Sir, I congratulate him.
Sir, as a citizen, I want to ask one question.
Yes.
All the legal ways, proper ways, democratic ways, demonstrations, candlelight marches, citizens did that for 10 years. Nothing happened. entire lawlessness was propagating in that area.
What is law? Ashok, you've got just a minute. You've got children.
Is a police officer not supposed to protect himself?
Have you got
he
children?
He has not taken an AK-57. He has the right to protect himself with a danda or with a stick. Hockey protecting himself.
What's it? Now, I'm intervening. Mayank Shekhar.
Yeah,
1 second, please. You know, this is not a problem in one part of Mumbai. Let's first of all not make it local. I am debating this on. 1 second. I just want to say this. I would not be debating this on Newshour today if it was ultra local issue. I am debating this on Newshour today because I believe that this is a debate that's going around in several cities in the country.
That is not demonizing.
You're saying he's being demonized. You're saying he's being demonized. I want to come back to Shaina and see, but before that, Mayank Shekhar wanted to respond.
So here's the thing.
What is the bigger issue here, Mayank?
Yeah, here's why this becomes a national issue, right? I mean, a gentleman before this talked about how, you know, there are certain countries that promote sex tourism. There are certain countries that do this, that do that, right? In India, as we speak, as we live, right, there is a whole repressed Saudi Arabia living here also, and there's a whole liberal Western outlook that exists in the city.
So
they merge in the city.
Social skills, yeah.
Right. They merge in the same city, right? They merge in the same city. Now, the moment they merge, it's fine. I mean, we all look together, we'll have our own issues. The problem becomes when one Saudi Arabia, for instance, as just an example, or one mindset gets to prejudge or police the other, and the other one does not have a voice. And you know, you call them elites, and so these are minor issues. Why? But I mean, I have a right to get a drink. This is, for instance, Mumbai is a city that works really hard and works until late. You have a right to go and get juice, or perhaps get a drink.
No, you're taking the juice example to stereotyping.
No. I'm taking an example. If I was a parent, I would be very scared for my girl child out in the night, not for the goons and the ruffians, but for cops like Dhoble, because they are judging somebody with a shorter skirt.
No, he never said that.
It happens all the time. What are you talking about? It happens all the time. I've been going out for many years. It happens. It's not about him. It's about cops. It's about cops. Pre-judgment. It's not about Dhoble. It's about Bombay cops at night.
When has Bombay cops said that?
It's becoming a police state.
It's your saying. Police has never said that. Police has never said that. Police has never said that.
1 second. Can I say one thing? There is one rule. Will you please listen to me? Will you please listen to me? Care for my health. For God's sake, there is one rule according to which volume levels can't go above 55 decibels. So you be careful because this is Mumbai. You be careful because this is Mumbai, and if you're going above 55 decibels, Mr. Dhoble will walk in with a hockey stick and arrest us all. And then my saying that Mr. Pandit is responsible. One question. Yeah, please.
You have a son or a daughter?
Both.
Okay, what age?
Both. One is 22, another 18.
Okay, how would you like it if they walk into a legitimate place of entertainment and get a hockey stick wielding cop giving them a bash on the back? How would you like it?
He has never done that.
No.
He has never done a bashing on the back and all that. He has never done that.
Has he wielded?
No, he has never done that.
Has he wielded a hockey stick in anger? Yes or no? I'm asking a straight question.
I'll tell you.
It's a binary question. Yes or no?
I'll answer. If my kids are out there after 1:30 on an unlicensed place,
yes,
they deserve this beating.
No, now you're going.
I'm sorry.
You see, a policeman's job to decide.
You see, Mr. Ferreira.
There is a time.
Mr. Ferreira.
There is a law. There is a time limit which you have to operate upon.
Mr. Ferreira,
there is a land of the law.
Mr. Ferreira, Mr. Pandit, please.
Why don't you discuss this abroad?
Mr. Pandit, first of all, I want to say one thing. It's not about juice. You please, can I say it's about drugs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not about juice. You don't have a blood test to check whether you had orange juice.
So there are people who operate.
You have a blood test to check whether you have had drugs. So yes, so Shaina and see what.
There are a couple of points. First, nobody is judging any woman in a pub. That's number one.
That's not true.
It is.
I've seen it happen. I see it happen all the time.
Maybe the people there, maybe. There are quite.
How do you know who the boss is on?
Let me
the video said, "What have I done?"
Now
you come with me. Why?
May I just get speak about the larger...
Please, let's not make these sweeping stereotypical comments about who's a Sati Savitri and who's not. You don't have to dress in a certain way to be a Sati Savitri.
Absolutely.
So, no, thank you. I'm glad you agree with me on this.
There are just two larger...
China NC, speak please.
There are two larger issues here. Yes, a lady constable needs to be present, especially when there are cases such as this. That point is well taken. Laws need to be changed. Yes. Legislation needs to happen. Third point. If you have this honest, uncorrupt cop who is not bought over and who is fighting the drug mafia, who is fighting these people who use young kids as labor, who is fighting prostitution and fixing, I think we need to really view this issue in totality. I've come across so many parents who have also complimented Dhoble because their kids have been at the pub, have told Dhoble that they're not consuming alcohol, they were just there hanging out, and he has let them go. Why don't you show all of that? Why are you only showing? It's their choice, it's their prerogative. I go to a park and I don't want to drink, I don't drink. The point is not that. The point is in these raids, how many people have been tested who consume drugs? How many of them have been... How much social service has he done for that family? Those families who have been unable to check on their children. Look at the larger picture. Do we want Mumbai to just be this place where you just go, have drugs, consume what you want and nobody is watching over? What is the job of the social service branch?
May I make a point? If there is a problem, do you know this Dhoble debate? Why I said it's not about Mumbai? Because if there is an issue, you cannot have laws specific to Mumbai. Then I think you and all the politicians should get together and say, one second, we'll change the... one second.
Beyond the constitution.
One second,
There's a concurrent list, there's a state list and there's a union list. You can't ask the central government to legislate on state issues.
One second. I agree with you to some extent, but several issues will have to be rationalized and homogenized at a national level if you're talking about bar permits, alcohol permits, overcrowding, loud music, obscenity and rudeness specifically cannot be different in Mumbai and different in Guwahati, you see. They will have the same definition wherever you go.
Not necessarily. But because the culture and mores of that area would be paramount.
Certainly it would. But you see, the question is that, you know, what are we getting at out here? I want to go back to Rahul Ishwar, who was making a point. First of all, it's not only about women. Let's not stereotype women. Sure. It's not about juice. It's not only about drugs, but it's also about drugs. But Rahul Ishwar, right at the beginning of a debate, made a point about Indian culture.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm saying today, Rahul, what is Indian culture?
Lord Shiva.
One second. Yeah. No, one second. What is Indian culture? How do we define Indian culture? Will be the counter question. Will be the counter question. Let's hear it from him and then we can debate that. How would you... Yeah, go ahead. I think I understood.
Arnathji, three paradigms for us to understand. One, culture is a dynamic thing, nobody disagrees. There is an element of relativism, subjectivism in culture, nobody disagrees. But in the name of subjectivism and relativism, we cannot extend it too far. That's another reality. We all know, earlier a person asked whether it is a Saudi Arabia or a Thailand on the one side. We don't want extremes on both sides. We don't want an extremely culturally uptight or the other liberal, extremely so-called liberal and loose. There is a middle ground.
No, what is liberal and loose? One second. I keep hearing it, and today I want a definition of it. I want to know from you, then we debate it. One second, because you are saying...
I'm giving you a clear-cut instance.
What is liberal and loose?
Explain it.
Loose, for example, state promoting sex tourism is a bad thing to do because it is detrimental to the whole idea of state, family or values and ethics any place.
No, who's promoting sex tourism anywhere in India?
The world it is branded bad.
One sec, Michael Ferreira completely disagrees with you. Michael Ferreira, please respond.
That's not the case here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nobody's talking about sex tourism, for heaven's sake. We're talking about a rational...
And if tomorrow, my counter question will be, if tomorrow one person supports sex tourism, what is the argument you are going to make?
Mayank is responding.
Against the conservative argument.
Mayank is responding to Rahul. Yeah, go ahead.
I think you referred to the point about how there is this whole world, and there is a whole world within India, right? Which lives in various centuries at the same time. They merge in the big cities, and one needs to be compassionate towards the thoughts thoughts of others and not prejudge them. I think what you're doing is, with the definition of what is loose, what is liberal, tomorrow will sex tourism happen? I mean, why are you fearing what tomorrow is going to be? Exactly. We are really scared of the cops in the city today. Yeah. And what on earth can happen to a girl child who's out and she's being judged on the street? Or if you're just getting a drink after a hard day's work, if you're getting a drink, what's wrong with that? If the city ends very late, you need places to be open till later in the night, because that's what Bombay is. That's what Bombay's always been.
One second, please.
Bombay, Mumbai, the city doesn't change for its name, for God's sake. I mean, that's really where it starts. The whole bigotry really starts with the name and the change, yes. And the character of the city is completely... Delhi is a 21st century city. It belongs to the 21st century. But this city, Bombay, belongs to Mr. Doble's of the world. It's kind of scary because I'll have to move out. Yes, it does. I've seen the character of the city change in the past 10 years.
Having said that, why are we missing the point? Why are we getting behind Mr. Doble and missing the real point? We need to change with the time.
Haven't you seen the debates on Mr. Doble? 1 second. Haven't there been huge debates on Mr. Doble? Are you so surprised about it?
Absolutely. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that we don't need to debate about one individual. Suppose we get Mr. Doble out of the system.
No, it's not about the individual. The individual is the individual is at the center. 1 second. The individual is at the center point, the inflection point of a national debate.
Assuming that Mr. Doble is shunted out and he's not in the police force.
It's not about an individual. Doble is a name.
If Mr. X comes in and does the same thing again, are you also going to get behind him? No, that's not the solution. The solution is to change the system, change the laws which are redundant. If you don't want pubs to remain open up to after 1 a.m., if you want them to remain open after 1 a.m., amend the law. Let them stay open till 4 o'clock.
Arnab, I read an article in a newspaper. It was so scary. The law doesn't permit you, like you correctly said. The only solution is to change the law, to be honest. He is, Mr. Doble is pretty much following the law. He's doing a good job, like I said.
Not always.
Hold on. If he's not, then the law should take his own course and punish him.
That's right.
So hold on, he's following the law. My question is that these laws that we are trying to defend today, I mean, we are against each other. Hold on. My point is, I read that paper, it scared the shit out of me. I mean, are you serious? You can stock 2 bottles of alcohol. You can't go out at so-and-so time. It's a crazy law, okay? Second thing, per square feet. You know, that whole article about 150 people on 1,000 square feet. I mean, what are we going to do with the trains? Are you serious? No, hold on. Let me get there.
These laws have been debated in the Assembly and Parliament and then
have some patience. Have some patience, brother. The representation of the nation may be not appropriately being addressed today. Let's be a bit honest. These current laws, I agree with Mr. Doble. He's following the law. He's doing a great job. But the laws are bloody obsolete, for God's sake. Hold on. And that is the issue today. And this generation, who's sitting here on the voice of the nation today? Nobody. All of us are of our prime. For God's sake, bring the youth into the debate. Talk to them. How do they want this to happen? And hold on. The youth wants to follow the law, for God's sake. Ask the youth tonight on TV. They want to change the law and they want a country which is safe, secure and allows them to have a good time, for God's sake.
After 2014 and then
don't make everything political, for Christ's sake.
That's the only thing you have in democracy.
I'll answer Shailendra. As citizens, we met about 200 youngsters, college students today in the morning, and we tried to discuss with them and talk to them about the issues related to our areas and Doble issue, this kind of issues and all that. And most of them said that we are feeling safe. What youths are we talking about? Which youths are we talking about? It's a youth, a facade which has been created by the hotel mafia, by the pub mafia, and all that mafia which is trying to demonize. Because their business is questioned. Because their business is questioned.
In a democracy, majority decides.
Let China come in.
I just think that the larger issue is all of us are at least unanimous on one thing, that the laws need to be changed. That needs to happen immediately, so that we make sure that the modus operendi is different. But we need to salute an honest cop who is doing his job. And
to the extent he's
absolutely. And even he is not above the law.
Are you saying this only because you're
limited knowledge we have? None of us can certify his standing. I mean, it'll be very premature for any one of us to give him a certificate. But as it stands today,
the problem is I can prove in a minute. I can prove in a minute how sincere on this the BJP and the Shiv Sena will be, if my panelists tonight will get specific. Can you get specific with me?
We are
I heard you both say. I heard you both say change the law, right?
Absolutely.
So as responsible members of the BJP and the Shiv Sena.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, absolutely. There's no question.
And everyone's watching tonight, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yes.
Would you change the law for bar timings, for example, for bars to continue to up to 3 o'clock in the morning?
NCP answer this as well.
You passed the bar.
The answer to that is
okay. Quiz question number 2. Quiz question number 2.
In the studios of Times Now.
Quiz question number 2.
Assembly and Parliament.
Don't dodge the question.
In the Assembly and Parliament and change.
You see,
yes, if it is in the interest of the people at large, Shiv Sena will stand behind them and definitely do what the people of this state and this country want.
Rahul, you ask any Newsa viewer today and they will tell you that when a good politician wants to dodge a question on Newsa, what do? They say we will not answer things on Newsa, we'll answer before the people of this country. And people of this country are watching you. There are about 25 million. There are about 25 million Indians watching you right now. So answer the 25 million Indians if you can, please. Would you remove the alcohol permit? Would you remove the alcohol permit?
With complete sincerity and in the interest of the nation, I would like to state, fortunately, laws are not made in the studios of Times Now.
I think you're dodging.
These questions are to be debated on the floor of the House.
I think
Shiv Sena is not the only party that can legislate. It is by majority that laws are passed.
No,
if you are asking my party's view.
Also, Rahul, if you excuse me.
1 second. No, did you get the point? What I've made?
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was trying to say. But my thing is that Bombay as a city does not elect members to the Legislative Assembly, right? So you have a Home Minister who's not. One second. You have a Home Minister who gets his vote.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
He can rule over.
Majority. A lot of our youth does not understand civics and our constitutional procedure.
Thank you very much.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
1 minute.
See, he's dodging again.
You see, my question. 1 second, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I put a question tonight. I'm only asking because both of
another question. The debate here.
I told you what the procedure in our country is, and I've also told you if it is in the interest of my country and my citizens, we will stand by them.
Absolutely, ditto.
Michael Ferreira, please.
Add above that, if Mr. Dhoble's modus operandi is also wrong, he is also not above the law.
Absolutely
so that is the other point that you need to highlight.
The problem is this: why majority of the hotel owners and sufferers, they are not willing to file a private complaint against Mr. Dhoble. 2 days back, Mr. Yasin Bure withdrew the writ petition from the Bombay High Court.
Why?
The only problem is why they can't file a private complaint, because all the licenses, majority of the licenses are issued by the police department. Should they file anything private complaint against him, they will be having a lot of difficulties in their renewals, getting permission, sanction, etc.
So one of the reasons but you also have a redressal against that. You also have a redressal. If your license has been rejected by a police department, you have an appeal with the minister.
Michael Ferreira.
Appeal with the High Court.
Ferreira.
That's the end of the story.
That man was contradictory. He contradicted statements. That's why when the court asked him, he withdrew his case.
Michael Ferreira.
He was pumped and he was pushed by and supported by the pub owners and the hotel owners.
Last 1 minute on this debate. I can keep going on and on. but I'd give our last word to Mr. Michael Ferreira, who I think represents, the cosmopolitan, large-hearted spirit of Mumbai. I'm saying this openly, and having known you for so many years, Mr. Ferreira, I think people like you represent the spirit of Mumbai. Yes. You tell us, not just for Mumbai, but for the whole country, what is the way forward? You see, this country wants to move forward. All the youth of this country don't have bad habits. There is some stereotyping going on. What is the way forward here?
I think the way forward is clear, but whether it will be implemented in a reasonable time frame is open to question. Number one, the entire system is operating under obsolete laws, archaic laws, laws that were framed in the even before the 20th century. That has to change.
That has to change.
But it's going to be such a monumental task that it's not going to be happen in a hurry.
Yeah, that's true.
Meanwhile, political parties will be fighting each other. Okay, they'll be scoring political
points. And they'll say we won't answer questions on news.
And I was going to ask Rahul, very respectfully, Rahul, it's the first time we met. I've always admired the way you carry yourself.
Yes.
Arnab asked you a straight question. Would you personally, I'm asking you as a man, support removing alcohol permits?
Absolutely not. You can't have a blanket. Yeah, I'm giving you an answer, a very logical answer. If I remove a permit, will you allow an 8-year-old to drink? Will you allow a 12-year-old to drink? It has to be reasonable and rational. And what decides reasonability and rationality? It's majority decision, debate. When you deliberate on an issue, you get to know what is the right mood. And therefore, unfortunately, even if Arnab would like me to legislate in his studio, I'm afraid I won't be able to do that.
I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you for dodging it so well.
I think
you're good. As they say, you're an artful dodger.
Arnab, I think for once in your debate, everybody at the end stands united.
Yes.
The fact is, there's a good cop here with some obsolete laws in his hand, and he's just applying them. So
mischievous means to implement it.
Yeah, and I want to thank Rahul Ishwar, who's been joining us from Thiruvananthapuram. You know, Rahul, thanks. You know, you've ignited our debate in wonderful ways as usual.
Thanks.
And I find it so good that different perspectives have emerged on this debate. It's not about Mr. Dhoble alone. It's not about Mumbai alone.
True. Very true.
It's about the country. If the laws are to be changed, change them. But do the politicians have the courage to change the laws? That's the bigger question.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, big thank you to all of you for joining me on this News Hour debate tonight. Coming back in 2 minutes.
BJP faces a fresh crisis in Karnataka. 8 ministers close to former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa